Kirstie Alley, the Emmy-winning actress who defined TV's bold new women in the 80s, still echoes in pop culture. Paul Reubens, the mischievous creator of Pee Wee Herman, turned absurdity into a cultural touchstone that still inspires performers. Lisa Marie Presley, the enigmatic daughter of Elvis, carried a rock royal legacy while forging her own haunting melodies. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, reshaped music and stagecraft, a legend whose silhouette still dominates screens. Leslie Jordan, the beloved character actor whose quick wit lit up sitcoms, reminds us how humor can become timeless. Whitney Houston, the vocal powerhouse whose soaring notes defined an era, left an indelible imprint on every aspiring singer. The camera steadies on a darkened backstage hallway at the 1990 MTV Video Music Awards. Spotlights flicker, crew members scurry, and a single figure steps into a mirrored makeup room, her silhouette framed by neon. Madonna, clad in a sleek black corset, applies a bold red lip as the hum of anticipation builds. In that instant, the world watches not just a performance of Vogue, but a moment where dance, fashion, and cultural provocation converge. The beat drops, the crowd erupts, and a generation learns a new gesture-sharp, precise, a language of empowerment. From that electrified stage, Madonna's influence radiates beyond any single song. She redefined what it means to be a pop star, turning the very idea of a musical persona into a mutable, ever-evolving art form. Rather than following trends, she creates them. The provocative prayer-clad outfits of Like a Prayer, the raw, stripped-down intimacy of Erotica, the cinematic grandeur of Ray of Light, and the kinetic, genre-blending spectacle of Hard Candy. Each era is a calculated risk, a statement that culture can be reshaped by a single voice willing to confront its taboos. Her career is a series of collaborations that read like a who's who of artistic innovation. In the early 80s, she partnered with producer Stephen Bray, whose synth-driven beats gave birth to Holiday and Into the Groove, tracks that turned nightclubs into launch pads for her ascendance. The partnership with producer William Orbit on Ray of Light introduced a spiritual, electronica-laden sound that earned her a Grammy for Best Dance Recording and shifted mainstream pop toward ambient textures. When she enlisted Diplo for Hard Candy, she embraced EDM before it became a chart staple, proving that reinvention is not a gimmick, but a disciplined practice. Madonna's willingness to confront controversy is as strategic as it is artistic. The 1989 Like a Prayer video, with its burning crosses and stigmata, sparked protests from religious groups. Yet the backlash amplified her message about personal faith and social injustice. In 1992, the Erotica album and its accompanying Sex book challenged the limits of sexual expression, prompting a media firestorm that some called a career-killing move. Instead, it cemented her reputation as a provocateur who could turn scandal into conversation, forcing the public to examine its own hypocrisies. Beyond the music, her impact reverberates through fashion and gender politics. Designers such as Jean-Paul Gaultier and Alexander McQueen have cited Madonna as a muse who turned runway couture into streetwear statements. Her androgynous looks, think the iconic cone bra from the Blonde Ambition tour, blurred gender lines, giving visibility to non-binary expression before the term entered mainstream discourse. In the 1990s, she championed LGBTQ+ rights, performing at benefit concerts and speaking out against the AIDS crisis, aligning her platform with marginalized communities. Madonna's business acumen is equally groundbreaking. She negotiated a $60 million contract with Warner Brothers in 1992, the largest ever for a female artist at the time, and later founded Maverick, a label that signed emerging acts like Alanis Morissette and the then unknown Britney Spears. This entrepreneurial spirit paved the way for artists to own their masters and control their branding, a model now standard in the streaming era. Even as the digital age reshapes consumption, Madonna adapts. In 2015, she released Rebel Heart, a mixtape-style album that leaked online before its official launch, turning piracy into a promotional engine. She embraced social media, using Instagram and TikTok to directly engage younger audiences, reminding the industry that relevance is earned through constant dialogue, not nostalgia alone. Her live shows remain theatrical milestones. The 2006 Confessions Tour, with its elaborate set pieces and narrative arcs, redefined concert production, influencing artists like Beyoncé and Lady Gaga. The 2016 Tears of a Clown performance at the Hollywood Bowl integrated live orchestration with her catalog, showcasing her ability to reinterpret her own work in new contexts. Madonna's influence is evident in the next generation of performers. Artists such as Ariana Grande, who cites Madonna's vocal agility and fearless image reinventions, and Lil Nas X, whose genre-bending approach mirrors her boundary-pushing ethos, stand on the foundation she built. Critics note that the current wave of pop icons, Taylor Swift's narrative songwriting, Beyoncé's visual albums, echoes Madonna's blueprint of marrying music with visual storytelling. Yet she remains an active creator. In 2023, she announced the Celebration Tour, a global trek that blends classic hits with fresh choreography, confirming that her artistic engine is still roaring. Her recent collaborations with contemporary producers and her involvement in philanthropic initiatives, like supporting women's health clinics, demonstrate a career that continues to intersect with cultural movements. Through decades of reinvention, Madonna proves that a living legacy is not a static monument, but a dynamic conversation. She stands shoulder to shoulder with the legends who came before, icons whose contributions have become permanent fixtures in the cultural landscape, while charting a path that shows how influence can be both historic and ongoing. The story of Madonna is far from finished. Each new chapter adds another layer to a narrative that refuses to be confined, reminding us that cultural permanence is earned, not bestowed, and that the most enduring artists are those who keep writing their own chapters. As the lights dim on the backstage mirror, the red lip glints one last time. The camera pulls back, revealing a crowded arena, thousands of voices chanting her name. The echo carries beyond the venue, into studios, playlists, and the consciousness of a world still listening, still evolving, and still waiting for what Madonna will do next.